everybody. Welcome to episode 3. So it's going to look a little different, hopefully cooler this time, because I did like a little PowerPoint. I don't know what Apple calls it, keynote, something like that. Anyway, so today's topic would be called Back to the Basics, and I got a challenge for you. So stick around for just a few seconds. I know you're used to hearing some music at the intro, but not today with the way I'm doing the PowerPoint. Alright, so back to the basics is pretty simple. You would think, what is back to the basics? So back to the basics would be pretty much just a little quick synopsis of how to study your Bible. I know this all too well. I'm not going to say no names. Most people have it dusting, collecting on a shelf, don't even read it. But a little couple of pieces of advice is what I'm going to give you today on how to pick a topic, what subject to study when you need help in that area. I don't understand it. It's still complicated. I don't understand anybody who can understand it. I don't know how you understand it. Answering some of those questions. And then I have like a few minutes, maybe 1 or 2 minutes to do a little quick discussion of something that came up to my mind, which is going to bring a challenge, and we'll see how that goes. Okay, so a few questions that I get when where do I start is I can't find the area of my life that I'm having a problem. Where do I go? Okay, so if you go all the way to the back of your Bible, the very back, or usually the last, it's called the concordance. You'll find a list of every possible problem that you could encounter in life, such as anger, on the mind, self-control, and then we'll list the Bible verses that it's under, where to go, and we'll list where it's under so that you can, collate and work together in your study. Alright, pick an area that you're having trouble in. Be real. Bring it to the table. Think about what are your flaws. Everybody has them. We discussed this in the first and second episode. Just be real and honest with yourself. What do I need to work on? What will make me better? What do I want to see change in? Alright, so a key point with the coordinates section is, and this is my big key point, studying an area such as favor and increase when you have a problem with me and my big mouth is not going to help you. I'm just saying, it's not that. So you know in your heart what you need help with, study that area. Okay, so here's going to be a few little tips for helping you study, where to study, how to study, and some key little takeaways. Take time and set time when you're going to have study time. Sometimes that does not work for everybody. That did not work for me at the beginning. It works for me now, but it didn't work for me at the beginning. So do what works for you. You maybe have a busier schedule. Just do what works for you. Turn off all distractions. If you're like me, someone starts to call yourself, I got to take this call the minute that you start studying, or, this needs to get done, and I have to do this, and all the distractions start coming, or or if you're like me, cats roll across the room, they suddenly fly off the refrigerator, one needs food, the other one knocked the Christmas tree over, the TV's laying on the floor. So I'm just saying, make sure you set aside all your distractions, pick a room, pick a certain place. Some people like studying in the cafe. That's what's hip now. That's what we say. That's what's hip now. Some people like studying like me. At home, I'll study in the living room, or one of my other favorite places is the balcony. So just find a place that works for you, a nice, quiet, comfortable place. Takeaways. Don't think of this as a race. Think quality, and quantity. Quantity, not so much. Think about quality, what you're getting out of it. Not that, I can read a big chunk a day. Okay? A lot of people can do that, and most people are going to get nothing out of it. Make sure you're getting something out of it. There's no heavenly check marks, okay? You're not going to get an extra check mark or an extra reward because you read it front to back 50 million times in a year. Just remember, God knows that He spoke it, He wrote it. You need to grow in your relationship. You need to be changing. You need to be learning. So that so much doesn't impress them. Make sure what you're reading, even if you're reading one verse a day, you're growing, you're getting something out of it. One word can mean so much to so many people. Different things. One word can change your life, can change my life, and it could be what you need for your problem and what I need is my problem. So remember, just one verse a day, if that's where you need to start, that's where you need to start. See, do I got any other tips for you? Yes, I do. I like to get out the dictionary. I know most people are like, here he goes, the dictionary. I don't need no more school. I don't like school. Some of the school kids are probably like, oh my gosh. But I like to get out the dictionary because I have sometimes a hard time understanding. If you do, they make Amplified Bibles, which are a simplified way of understanding. It breaks it down. It's more detailed, gives you key points and takeaways. I use sticky notes. Use sticky notes if you need to in your mirror. I'm not the type of person that remembers. I need to write things down. Most of the time, it has to be on a note. It has to be meditated. If you're wondering what meditated is, that's the process of rolling over and over and over and over again in your head until you get it. But I have to have some sort of note. So, those are my biggest key points for that subject. Alright, so I call this section the talk/the challenge. So first, a little bit about the talk, because we know I like to usually give a story when I bring it all to the table, or something how I came through and can help you. So I'm not going to name certain things this week, but I do have a problem this week, and I'm going to talk about a problem this week. Primarily, this time I said I wasn't going to talk about the workplace, but today I'm going to talk about the workplace. I'm not going to mention names or anything, but if you know me for a long time, many things, anybody who's known me for a long time, there are a few things that I cannot tolerate at a job. I'm like, I don't know, it just gets to me. And a couple of them are discrimination, because I've been through that. Another one is the way people get used, and that certain managers, and they know who they are, just say X and O, because two of them, especially who I work with, need to come up and be better leaders. So I'm just a little disturbed about we're going through the pandemic, and I understand that times are rough for businesses, times are rough for people. But the most important thing that we're called to do is to love people. So when I hear certain comments such as, I'm hoping for another shutdown, you're trying to figure out how to save an extra buck here, then you really don't care for people too much. And that disturbs me, especially if you're one of the leaders at a place that we work. For all intent and purposes, I'll tell you where I work. I work for the oven. So, no, I'm not going to really tell you where I work for common sense purposes and everything. We can't give names and stuff like that. But we can still have a chat. And, another thing that's really bothering me is the fact that certain people can be cut from a schedule or underworked, who are giving their best for trying to learn and make a certain amount because of certain laws that we have that are not right in this, area that we're at, and seem to just be like there but not making anything and being used. And I don't specifically, if you have a conversation with your boss, what's going to come up. Worry about yourself. That's out of their handbook. So, with that being said, here's my challenge, and, I thought about it, and I was like, should I address it? Because these type of things need to change. I'm not going to address it directly, my boss. I'm going to take it to the highest person. So here's my challenge for everybody for next week. I know we got a Thanksgiving coming up, and we got the holidays around the corner, and I have a birthday coming up, and I'll get to that in a few seconds. But my challenge is 2 Corinthians. If you could take your time this week, sometime this week, one day, 3 hours a day, 2 Corinthians, all the way to verses 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So all the way through 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, 2 Corinthians, and then kind of email me, send me a text, what you get out of that. What have you got out of that challenge this week after studying that? I want to know. I'm going to share with you next week what I get, but I think I got my answer already to my little disturbance and problem that I have. So I want to read you a little excerpt out of there and a little short story. You have to fight through the bad days to earn the best days. Maybe you're going through something today, you've hit a wall, your job, or you've been treated unfairly perhaps. You're in some kind of training that feels unbearable, and you're thinking, I just can't do this right now. Well, don't quit. You're tired just because you're tired. If you're going to walk away, wait until it's on your terms. Don't leave because you feel defeated. God has more for you there. Faithfulness leads to fruitfulness. It is the churches with the pastors who devote their whole lives to the cause that do the best, not those with intent and leaders who shift every 5 to 10 years. Likewise, It is business with executives and employees who refuse to stop stretching and growing ultimately succeeded. It has been proven time and time again, Jesus' journey to the cross was not an easy one. In fact, for 3 years of his earthly ministry were full of challenges and opportunities to quit. However, he stayed the course and he did his Father's will, even to the point of giving up his life. As a result, the entire world has been changed. Though you will continually face trials and obstacles as you live in your calling, follow the example of Jesus. Don't give up. The same power that raised him from the dead lives in you, so you can press through. So, how does the life from Jesus provide encouragement to you as you refuse to give up? That's the challenge. Email me, text me, study 2 Corinthians 1 through 5, and we'll talk about that next week. It's like I fell off there, but until next Sunday, don't forget to do the challenge with me, 2 Corinthians chapters 1 through 5, and email me or text me when you get a chance what you make of it and what you get out of it. I got a birthday on Tuesday. I'm very excited about that. There's some upcoming things that are coming up with me. Also, everybody's getting ready to celebrate Thanksgiving. May not be the best thing to be together, but remember, we're together. We can be together virtually in all types of creative ways. So just know, from my family to yours, I'm wishing you a happy Thanksgiving, because I won't see you until Sunday, but I'll put a video out there on Thanksgiving. Scooter and Diamond and Princess want to bring their stuff to the table and, tear the turkey. So we'll bring a video then. But until next Sunday, till my 4th episode of Bringing It to the Table, stay blessed, and I'll see you soon.